The crystal beneath the pines. The village of Eldon Hollow slept quietly at the edge of a vast pine forest, cradled by misty mountains that caught the moonlight like broken glass. By day it was peaceful, smoke curling from chimneys, bells chiming softly. But by night, the forest breathed differently. The wind whispered names no one remembered. Leora, a 12-year-old girl with ash-dark hair and watchful eyes, lived at the far edge of the village. She had always felt the forest watching her, not with malice, but with expectation. On the night the stars dimmed unnaturally, Leora followed a strange blue glow deep between the trees. Beneath an ancient pine split by lightning long ago, she found it, a crystal heart, pulsing with cold blue light, half buried in roots and soil. When she touched it, the forest fell silent. Her breath fogged the air, and memories not her own flooded her mind. Wars of shadow, villages burning, and a promise sealed with magic long before Eldon Hollow existed. That was when the shadows woke up. From the forest edges, dark figures began to form. Boneless, horned silhouettes made of smoke and hunger. They moved without sound, slipping toward the village like a spreading stain. The crystal flared painfully in Leora's hands, as if screaming a warning. She ran. Bells rang as shadows poured into Eldon Hollow, swallowing lantern light and crawling across walls. People fled, screaming, but the shadows followed fear like a scent. Leora stood frozen in the village square, the crystal burning against her chest. She wanted to run. She wanted to hide, but the crystal grew warmer, and she realized something terrifying. It wasn't protecting her. It was waiting. Leora closed her eyes and faced the fear clawing at her heart. She remembered her mother's voice, her father's laugh, the quiet kindness of her village. The crystal responded, its blue light turning silver, then gold. The shadows recoiled. Light burst outward, not blinding, but gentle, like dawn breaking after endless night. The shadow creatures screamed, unraveling into smoke that the wind carried back into the forest. The mountains echoed once, as if acknowledging an old debt finally paid. When the light faded, the crystal had turned to dust in Leora's palm. The village stood unharmed. Eldon Hollow would remain peaceful, but changed. And so would Leora. She knew now that courage was not the absence of fear, but the decision to stand when darkness arrives. Because even the smallest light can teach the shadows to retreat.